Hey guys, my name's Tracy L. Bananas Are Berries, and this is my pandemic sketchbook. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. So this sketchbook covers the time before the pandemic and the beginning of the pandemic. I did a lot of traveling before the pandemic. I did not see that thing coming at all because I was just hopping all over the place. A lot of the art is from my travels. In this card, my friend Favi and we went to Angel Island together for a weekend, and that was a lot of fun. So like this one, like these couple pages here are from a talk I did in Haiti in 2019, right before the pandemic, and I didn't get to draw as much as I wanted to while I was in Haiti, but I did get to draw a lot on Angel Island. So this is my friend Fabi, and then this is one of the backgrounds from the trip around the place. I've never been to Alcatraz or Angel Island before, so it was really interesting to see it. The Bay Area is pretty cool, actually. So this is a staircase from Alcatraz, and I guess they turned the whole thing, as creepy as it is, into like a tourist attraction. Another place I went was New York, so I went to the top of the Empire State Building, and this is from that trip. Here's some pictures I took on Angel Island of me being super cute, drawing in my sketchbook. I've mentioned this before in the video. A lot of my sketchbooks are part art, part scrapbook, just a collection of my experiences and journeys. And fun things with friends. Like my friend made that cool art on the graphic cards over there, and so I put it in my sketchbook. And then this is over by the lake. I don't know if any of you are familiar with the lake in Oakland. Put a comment down below if you go to the lake a lot. It's kind of the only thing to do in Oakland. So I also spent some time in Singapore, and it was my first time in Asia. So we went to one of those, I think it's called a hookah market, where they have like chicken rice and stuff, and then the National Theater part. And Singapore was really cool. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of love the attention that I got from being over there, but it did make me miss America quite a bit. It's crazy. My trip to Singapore actually was a little less than a month. I left Singapore before the pandemic. So if I had planned to stay in Singapore a moment longer, I might have gotten stuck there. But fortunately, I made it back to the States home. A-okay. Not every page is a masterpiece. Some pages, I just explore ideas and concepts, or just draw something that tickles my fancy. But the point is just to have a creative outlet to stay creative. And also use up my art supplies, which I have a buku bread plethora of. I've been collecting art supplies since I was like 19, and I still have a good portion of that supplies almost 10 years later. I do draw a lot, so I don't know, maybe my paint is just never ending. Here is a card that my friends made me Upon leaving Singapore, just something to remember me by. It was really sweet. They all drew me really cute. And then I used to always have to do the spices when I was a kid, so I did a little girl smashing spices. This is the Princess Olivia of Haiti, who I look exactly like. See for yourself, no cap, I'm a lost princess. It's science, it's in the footage, obviously. So I'm really obsessed with like the royals and imperial kingdoms and stuff like that. Do you guys like royalty and princesses and all that stuff and history? If you do, let me know in the comments below. And who's your favorite princess, real or not? Now, as you can see, a lot of what I do is in watercolor, but I also use a lot of ink and acrylic. The main tools I use are ink, acrylic, colored pencil, and watercolor. And the acrylic I always use very lightly. It's either like a white acrylic that I mix with my watercolors to make them kind of a bit more opaque, to layer on top of things. More cards from my friends in Asia. And these were done in marker. So I got a set of like 5, Copic markers. It was a gift because they're just too expensive for me to buy, but it was really fun to play with them. It makes me want to really consider getting like a whole set, but they're so expensive. So around this time is when I came back from Singapore, and I was in the States again. And I was traveling around in the States. I spent a couple weeks in New York at Pictoplasma. It's like this illustration conference where like they had these really great speakers, and I got to connect with a lot of really great people. I really miss those like in-person conferences and events, especially like on the West Coast, because the West Coast is so big about community events in like the art industry, and there just hasn't been that since the pandemic. So, you know, people are figuring out ways to get together on their own. This is the best taco truck in the Bay. I had to get that in my sketchbook because they've fed me many times. Like me and my friends. So this is the start of when I got back to San Francisco. We would hang out a lot by the lake, and we'd be skateboarding in the lake. Not skateboarding in the lake. We'd skateboard by the lake, we'd draw by the lake, we'd eat tacos by the lake, everything by the lake. It's crazy because San Francisco is so city-like, but there are certain parts of Oakland that are like gorgeous natural, what's it called? The natural forest, like the one the government protects or whatever. But these flowers are from one of those. Just some really beautiful sights to see. You wouldn't even know you're in the city if you go to certain parts of Oakland. Sometimes on a page I'll just use extra paint from a project. Other times I'll draw something and go and color it back in later. I love drawing nature. I really love drawing nature. Even though I'm not great at foliage, I never really took a painting class. I just kind of play on the paper by myself. I really like the lighting that happens when, you know, the light comes through the trees. It's just really pretty. All in all, it is a combination of my pandemic experience, and so stay creative and keep drawing. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.